Dating someone with anxiety. Hi, guys. My name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relationship, and life coach for men. I help men not only attract a high quality woman and their woman of their dreams, but also a high quality life. And in today's video, we're going to talk about something that is more common than a lot of us may think, and that's dating someone with anxiety. In this video, my hope is to help you better understand how to navigate dating with someone with anxiety and also understand it and make a decision through dating someone with anxiety as well. And maybe you're someone as well that has anxiety about around dating and inside a relationship. So feel free to comment below as I love hearing from you. And before we get started, don't forget to download my free ebook that many of you guys talk about. It's called The 9 Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship. This will also help you navigate through this and really give you some perspective of where you should manage and maybe better yourself in this relationship or get some guidance. Now, I want to first start off with understanding where anxiety may live. So, anxiety may come from trauma, stress buildup, illness, personality disorders, mental disorders, and drug or alcohol abuse. And so, I want you to understand that anxiety is not just one stop shop where it comes from. It only comes from trauma. No, there's many reasons of where anxiety lives, and just understand that if you're dating someone with anxiety or you are someone with it, the only person that can help diagnose it is not only the person suffering from the anxiety, but a doctor. So, when you date someone basically with anxiety, I want to explain how they feel as a person with anxiety because sometimes it's hard for to understand if you don't suffer from anxiety yourself. For me, the only way that I could explain anxiety was the best way I could explain it, and I tell this to a lot of people, is like an alien is basically taking over your body. This is what anxiety feels like. It feels like you don't have any control of who you are. It's finally like something is inside of you and controlling you. This is what anxiety feels like. So, um, people that suffer from anxiety can have multiple different ways of dealing with it, but also of how what they go through. So they can get restless, tense, and nervous sometimes. They can have a sense of panic, like a panic attack. They can also want to isolate themselves. They can tremble where they become shaky. They can breathe rapidly and heavily, which happens often. Oftentimes they have trouble sleeping, difficulty controlling worries. So they're always thinking about the worst case possible and trying to avoid things that they may trigger their anxiety, right? So they're constantly trying to avoid things that can trigger their anxiety. So when you are someone that is dating someone who suffers from anxiety and you do not know, you can sometimes question if they really like you also too, right? You can question it because they also have this inconsistency. Also, you're always trying to figure them out. You're always trying to fix it or cure them. And you're also thinking that they're lying or hiding something, especially if they tend to isolate themselves when they have anxiety. You're worried that they will break up with you sometimes. Maybe you're also too the first to reach out because they have anxiety around dating. And you question, do they really love me as much as they say they do? And so much more can happen here. So dating someone with anxiety, guys, I know it can be, I'm laying it hard on here. I don't want to be too depressing, but it can be confusing. But also too, I want to get into a good notion here is a lot of people more than ever these days have great resources for anxiety and how to manage it. And so as long as you pick a woman and a partner really that can communicate through it and make you aware of it, you're going to be able to date someone with anxiety happily. And, I suffered from anxiety in my 20s and I was able to find tools to cope with it and knock on fake wood right now. But it's really about not I haven't had an anxiety attack in over 11 years now. And sometimes when I feel the anxiety creeping on, I go back to my tools. And so everybody's tools can be different. I always share mine with clients that actually helped as well. So I'm going to give you 5 tips in regards to how to date someone with anxiety and get better in your relationship with him or her. So I would encourage you, if you're in a long-term relationship, a marriage, or really understanding this woman and starting to date, these 5 tips can help anyone. So you can do therapy together, communicate and have candid talks together communicate and have candid talks together about what they are feeling and validating those feelings, right? So a lot of times, anxious people and someone that is suffering through anxiety sometimes just needs that validating thought, that validating feeling, like it's okay, you're safe. Everything's going to be okay. And just validating those feelings that they are real because many times what happens is people that suffer from anxiety, if they're with a partner that doesn't validate their feelings every once in a while, they feel like they are a inconvenience, and they start to hold it even in more, their thoughts and feelings, that then it leads to a breakup because it can't be managed, right? So then the second one is managing your reactions to their anxiety, right? So it's not about like babying them. No, it's about managing your reactions and understanding when you need to show up and when you need to sit back. Becoming more active together, building an activity around it, like playing games, going out for runs, doing things that are more active together. So it's not sitting in the anxiety when that person is ready. Also, too, a person that's not suffering from anxiety, but dating someone that is, naturally just building a curiosity for one another instead of just seeing things as stress, right? So, for example, maybe the woman that's suffering from anxiety comes home, she's super stressed out. But not just seeing this as stress, like what's behind this stress? Building curiosity, right? Because stress is just an underlining word, right? It's just a word, but underneath it, there's something that lives in it that's stressing us, something that we're fearful of, something we're scared of, something that, is happening in our lives that we haven't addressed. And so being curious will help you understand your partner better and them to understand themselves a little bit better, and you walking through this with them. And then I think the last but most important is setting clear boundaries with one another when someone suffers from anxiety. So what is intolerable with someone suffering from anxiety, and just because they do does not mean, take it from someone that has, does not mean that you can give them the pass for insults, accusations, and threats. If someone is suffering from anxiety and constantly accusing you of cheating, and you're always there and you're trying to show them and you lose yourself in this can be a toxic relationship. So that's why I want you to download that free ebook. And insults, accusation, and threats are not okay. So you have to set clear boundaries in what there are, and every relationship is different. If you want to get better at setting boundaries and being better with the women that you're dating, not only download that free ebook, but I can help you a little bit more and take it a step further. I want you to watch the next video, of course, but I also want you to check out the link below. It's called my How to Talk to Women scripts. This can be on surface level conversations and also more intimate conversations that actually help you build boundaries with women naturally. So go ahead and download that PDF. It's right below. It's called my Talking to Women scripts. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.